Good morning, beautiful people. We are out here this morning in Piketberg. Still pitch black as you can see. We're on another adventure. This time we're off to the West Coast, and I've got the great privilege of taking two of my friends on their first wild camping trip ever. So really looking forward to it. Really looking to share the awesome West Coast experience with them, and I'm really glad to take you guys on yet another adventure. So yeah, we've just turned left off the N7 towards Klaver and Lutzville, and we're going to be heading towards the coast now. And for me, this is where the adventure really starts. The Simply Overlanding rig is packed to the brim, and then as I mentioned earlier, our friends Justin and Leigh in their tricked out Jeep Rubicon, and this is their first time that they'll be wild camping, and as I mentioned before, it's an absolute privilege to take them to the West Coast. Moment, we're officially off the tar onto the gravel. We're going to be heading that way to the beach. Cannot wait. Let's air down. Let's do it. Hey Olaf, you ready, buddy? Where we going? Where we going? Say West Coast, baby. Hey Bella, let's do it. Give the wife the steering wheel, and then it's like Colin McRae 3 time trials on dirt roads. Ourselves into a little bit of a pickle here. The sand's a lot softer than anticipated, and Justin's obviously towing a trailer as well, which is quite heavy, so it's quite bogged down. You can see he's on his belly, so we're just going to do a little small snatch. It's very important though that the snatch rope is not twisted at all, so you'll notice we have unraveled it completely with no twists, and have attached it to fixed recovery points on the vehicle. And then very important in terms of the shackle, not to tighten your pin all the way. So once it's fully tightened, just turn it back half a turn. Can't do it now with one hand, I'm gonna have to put the camera down, but if you tighten it all the way, you'll struggle like hell to get it out.
What is important to mention here is that we are using a rated recovery snatch strap. You should always use the correctly rated snatch strap, which should be based on at least 2.5 times the weight of the lightest vehicle in the recovery situation. You will notice that before attempting the snatch, I first take up the tension of the strap itself, then reverse about a meter to ensure that I don't use too much force. We are also in constant communication using our VHF radios. As far as possible, a snatch should only be used when recovering in a straight line, and if you need to have a second crack at it, first allow the snatch rope to recover. If you don't, you risk failure, which could lead to vehicle damage or injuring a bystander.
How's it, guys? So welcome to the West Coast. This is going to be our spot for the next few days. It's absolutely beautiful. Check out the opposite side of this view. Right, so it's supper time here on the West Coast, and tonight I'm going to prepare a traditional South African potjie. I am going to do a bit of my own curry version, so I've got a bit of a masala mix here. Let me show you how beautiful cuts of meat here with a bit of fat. It's going to add some awesome flavor to it. And then I'm going to start off with a little bit of onions. I do 2 sets of onions. I cut some small and then some thick, so it can cook away and really induce the flavor with the onions. And then on this side, I've got the potjie prop prepared. There's this awesome masala curry mixes that you can get at spas. I find it to work beautifully in my potjies. And then I'm going to mix it with a bit of garlic, a bit of jimmies, a bit of rosemary, and this cool spice, or sauce rather, that we found. It gives quite a nice bite to it. So let's have a look. So it's been about an hour, so I'm just going to give it a stir. It's time for the next step. So giving the potjie a little bit of a stir. It's starting to thicken quite nicely as well. We're going to chuck in some baby potatoes, just a handful. Chuck it in. That should be fine. And then we've got thicker onion rings, so I started with the smaller onion rings for them to cook away. Thicker onion rings now can go in, and this is so that you can actually taste a bit of onions a little bit later. And then very important, the mushrooms. But you need to be very, very careful with mushrooms in a potjie, because if you put too much in, there's not mushroom for anything else. Such a fun guy to be around, I know. So here we go. Mushrooms are in, and we're going to put the lid back on and leave it for an hour or so, and then we'll check in. Alright, so after another hour, we have added our butternut and our baby marrow. Hey guys, so we're here at the West Coast, and while we watch the sunset, I wanted to explain to you and speak to you about our channel being Simply Overlanding. The reason we created this channel was to show you guys that you don't need all of the equipment, you don't need the best rigs, you don't need all of the sponsors to go out and just to simply enjoy this. I mean, look at this backdrop. It is spectacular. All you need is a little bit of confidence, a little bit of planning, and I promise you that you can get to the places that you've always wanted to go to. You can go see the things that you're watching on YouTube. And this is the purpose of Simply Overlanding, is to show you that you can actually do it. I don't have fancy things, I don't have the best equipment. My videos will always be authentic, they will always be a little bit dodgy, but I am here to show you that you can do it. So welcome to Simply Overlanding. So Leigh and Justin, this is your first wild camping experience, and to have that on the West Coast as well is something special. I just wanted to check in with you guys to see how you guys are finding it, and if you'd recommend other people trying it and going outside their comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely. We're having lots of fun. The drive in was the best drive I've ever had. Getting stuck in the sand, getting pulled out, bit of a rescue mission. That was good. The views here, the sunset's amazing. The company's amazing. Couldn't ask for a better day.
Alright, so this is the potjie after probably about 4 hours. Looking really good. Final ingredient, some full cream. Perfect. Now we just let it stand for 15-20 minutes and then we'll be good to go. Let's have a look at our potjie. It's officially done after 4.5 hours. Look at that.
We hope that you enjoyed part 1 of our West Coast adventure. If you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. As always, my name is Carl, and thank you for watching Simply Overland, where we overland simply.